I need to take a moment for Croatia, for Luka Modric, because this man, this absolute legend, he did not deserve to go out of a World Cup like this. Luka Modric controlling a midfield at 40 years old, like the calendar genuinely does not apply to him. Watching him walk off that pitch last night, knowing that was almost certainly his last ever World Cup match, that genuinely hurt me. Football gave us something rare with Luka Modric, something we will not see again for a very long time. And I just want to say, thank you, Luka, for everything. Okay, now let me tell you what actually happened in this match, because I promise you, most people watching it had absolutely no idea what was going on. Portugal have potentially the most talented midfield of any team at this entire tournament. I mean that seriously. Vitinha finished third in the Ballon d'Or last season. He has won back-to-back Champions League titles with PSG. Bruno Fernandes just broke the Premier League assist record at Manchester United this season. João Neves is 20 years old and plays like a veteran of 15 years. On paper, that is an absurd amount of quality in one midfield. But here's the problem that nobody is saying out loud. When Vitinha and Bruno Fernandes play together in a Portugal shirt, they create a tempo that is basically impossible to win a knockout match with. And I am not saying this to attack them. I am saying this because it is the truth, and Portugal fans need to hear it. Watch them carefully next time and notice exactly what happens. The ball goes to Vitinha. He checks backwards, goes to the center back, goes to the right back, goes to João Neves, goes backwards again, and by the time 45 minutes is up, Nuno Mendes and Cancelo, your two attacking fullbacks who are supposed to be bombing forward and creating danger, are completely finished. They cannot run anymore. They have been covering the same 60 meters back and forth for 45 minutes, covering for a midfield that refuses to go forward. And here's the part that drives me absolutely crazy. Rafael Leao is standing on the left wing the entire time, doing absolutely nothing, because nobody is giving him the ball. I need people to understand how Leao works as a footballer, because this is the thing casual fans completely miss. He is not someone you can involve twice in a match and expect magic. He is a player who grows into a game the more you feed him. You give him the ball 3 times, he loses it twice. Fine. You give him the ball 8 times, he loses it 4. Also fine. But those other 4 touches? Something extraordinary happens on at least 2 of them. By the 71st minute of a match, where Leao has touched the ball 12 times, he is basically unplayable. That is just how he is wired. But in the first 63 minutes against Croatia, Portugal were getting the ball to Leao maybe 3 or 4 times in the entire period. He was just standing there, in the heat, in the humidity, getting colder and colder, while Bruno Fernandes and Vitinha were recycling possession sideways between themselves and the defenders. And this is not Bruno Fernandes being a bad player. He is extraordinary. He broke the Premier League assist record this season. The issue is that as a number 10, his natural instinct when he receives the ball in tight spaces is to go backwards, recycle, keep possession. He is wired like a number 8. He picks passes, creates from deep, distributes. But he does not drive Portugal forward vertically in the way this team desperately needs. And in a system where he is supposed to be the creative engine directly behind Ronaldo, that instinct is killing Portugal's attack every single game. Then Croatia scored in the 53rd minute through Perisic. And at this point, Martinez finally made the decision he probably should have made at halftime. 63rd minute, 4 substitutions at once. Bruno Fernandes off, Vitinha off, Cancelo off, Pedro Neto off, Bernardo Silva on, Goncalo Ramos on, Nelson Semedo on, Francisco Conceição on. And 6 minutes later, Portugal had a penalty. 6 minutes. I want you to sit with that. The same team that could not create a clear goal-scoring chance for 63 straight minutes suddenly has a penalty 6 minutes after 4 tactical changes. That single fact tells you everything about what was wrong before those changes, and everything about what works when Martinez actually uses his squad properly. Bernardo Silva is the complete opposite of Bruno Fernandes in how he wants to use the ball. Every single time Bernardo receives it in midfield, his first thought is, how quickly can I get this out to the wing? He does not want it in the middle. He actively pushes it out to Leao. He finds Conceição. He forces the action wide, where Portugal are genuinely dangerous. And once the ball starts consistently reaching Leão, there it is. The player who had been invisible for an hour suddenly starts growing into the match exactly the way he always does when you give him enough touches. And then there is Goncalo Ramos. And this is the conversation I have been wanting to have all tournament. Because Ramos changes Portugal's attack in a way that Ronaldo simply cannot at this stage of his career. And I'm going to explain exactly why. When Ramos comes on, he presses Croatia's center backs directly. He chases, he runs, he makes defenders uncomfortable on the ball. He drops deep to link play, he makes runs in behind, and most importantly, when a ball comes into the box with two defenders on him, somehow he still gets to it first. Watch the winner again. Two Croatian defenders draped all over him. The ball comes from Leão on the left. Any normal striker in that situation does not score that header. Ramos scored it because that is exactly what he does. And the tactical point here is crucial for what comes next. Ronaldo and Ramos together on the pitch at the same time, that combination genuinely works. Because Ramos does all the pressing and running and linking, which frees Ronaldo to stay in the positions where he is most dangerous, close to goal, in the box, ready for the cross or the cutback. You do not need Ronaldo to be the one pressing and running. You need Ronaldo to be in the right place at the right time. Ramos gives him exactly that. And speaking of Ronaldo, let me say something that the media is getting completely wrong right now. Ronaldo is not Portugal's problem. I need to say that as directly as possible. He did not slow down the attack. He did not make bad decisions in midfield. He did not keep the ball from Leão. What Ronaldo did was this. In the single biggest moment of the match, when Portugal needed someone to step up and take a penalty that would either save their World Cup or end it, he walked forward without hesitation. Famous cheat step run. Waits for Livakovic to commit. Goes the exact opposite way. Cool as ice. First knockout goal of his entire World Cup career across 6 tournaments. And I genuinely want to ask, who takes that penalty if Ronaldo is not on the pitch? Because I do not know the answer with confidence. And Portugal needed someone who does not miss those moments. Ronaldo is still that person. The problem was never Ronaldo. The problem was a tactical setup that was suffocating Portugal's best attacking players. The moment Martinez changed it, everything transformed. Now the VAR controversy. And I want to be completely honest here because I do feel for Croatian fans. By the naked eye in real time, that looks like a goal. Gvardiol puts it in. Stadium erupts. Croatia think they are level. Then VAR steps in and finds that the ball touched Igor Matanovic's head in the build-up, which left Mario Pasalic in an offside position before the ball reached Gvardiol. Ball tracking technology inside the match ball detected that touch. Offside confirmed. Goal disallowed. Bottles thrown on the pitch. Devastation. And my honest opinion on this is simple. The technology said offside. We either trust the technology or we have no consistent standard at all. I cannot tell you the technology was wrong because I was not there and I do not have access to what the chip detected. But here is what I do think was wrong. The referee allowed well over 10 minutes of stoppage time in a half where the standard would be 5 or 6. Did Portugal celebrate too long after the Ramos goal? Probably around 2 minutes, not 3. But controlling that celebration is the referee's job. A yellow card, walking over, telling them to move. If he had done that, the game ends before any of this controversy even exists. That failure of game management is entirely on the referee. Croatia were devastating. They deserved more from this tournament. And going out the way they did, with a goal ruled out by a chip inside a ball after extra time that probably should not have existed, that is genuinely heartbreaking. I am sorry for every Croatian fan who had to live through that last night. Portugal faced Spain in the round of 16 on July 6th. Yamal wearing a Batman chain and a headband that says Ego Yamal, and telling reporters before his last match that they do not care who comes, they are more ready. That is the energy Portugal are walking into. And I will tell you exactly what needs to change. Nelson Semedo has to start over Cancelo, because if Mendes gets tired and needs to come off, you need Cancelo available to replace him on the left. And if both are starting together, you have no cover. Bernardo Silva has to start. Not come on in the 62nd minute. Start. Because Portugal needs someone pushing the ball forward from the very first whistle. And Goncalo Ramos needs to start alongside Ronaldo. Not come off the bench to rescue things. Start from the beginning. Because that pressing dynamic beside Ronaldo is the most dangerous version of Portugal we have seen at this entire tournament. Portugal survived last night by a chip in a ball and a header in the 94th minute. Against Spain, surviving is not going to be enough.
They have to get it right from minute 1. I believe they can, but they have to be honest about what needs to change first.
Alright, that is all. If this gave you something the highlights never will, subscribe and hit like. The Spain breakdown is coming, and trust me, you do not want to miss that one.